Guys, here they come, man. Here they freaking come. What do we keep telling you guys? No matter how many times we expose the nonsense, no matter how much backlash they get, it doesn't matter. They are going to sit here and push this narrative. Honestly, it's looking like until the day LeBron James dies. They're going to keep trying to tell you that the NBA needs him, that the Lakers need him, that he's the most pivotal piece ever, that he's still a winning caliber player. On top of that, they're going to sit here and tell you he's the greatest defender of all time. He's an awesome switch defender. We are tired of hearing this crap. At this point, you can't even just talk about the Lakers without them trying to find a way to put LeBron in the mix. And he hasn't even played this season. LeBron hasn't played one game. Wasn't even in preseason. Yet we got to have narratives, stories, everything about LeBron James, what the Lakers should do, this, that, or the third, LeBron James. And of course, Colin Cowherd was going to rush to LeBron's defense as quick as he could because his little minion, his little pawn, Jason Temp, couldn't get the job done. Yes, I saw the comment section in some of his videos. They were over here blasting Jason Temp, speaking that nonsense. And you already know what this video, what it's looking like in this comment section. We are just tired of hearing this narrative, dude. Now, of course, Austin Reaves is basically showing everybody he's putting the NBA on notice. He can probably be a first or even a second option because he's literally putting up video game numbers right now without Luka Doncic and LeBron James. But of course, we can't talk about Austin Reaves. We can't have a conversation about what this could do for his career. We can't have a conversation about how much money he should probably make in the offseason. What's his value? Where can he end up in this season? No, nothing that makes sense or to promote Austin Reaves whatsoever. We got to have a conversation about LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James. And that's okay with me. I am not tripping because we will be here to debunk the nonsense. The only reason why I'm even bringing it up is because you fanboys who hit my comment section want to be like, why y'all keep talking about LeBron, bro? Why don't you guys go talk about something else? Tell them that. I do basically reaction videos. Tell them that. These are the dudes talking about LeBron. I don't want to hear that. So, of course, we got this video right here. And this is basically talking about where the Lakers can go from here now that Austin Reaves basically looks like he has arrived. You guys like, comment, subscribe, man. Let's get into it.
And the star of the show, buzzer beater, was Austin Reaves of the Lakers. 28 points and 16 assists. What are we to make of him? Well, first of all, he's a great American sports story. First year in the NBA, he averaged 7, then 13, then 16, then 20. Suddenly, he's averaging 34. My guess is it's going to go down a little bit. It is the best case scenario for the Lakers. They can show him off to the NBA. He's getting to the free throw line 12 times.
Show him off to the NBA, guys. You know what that means? The Lakers could put him on the auction block. They can trade him. Wouldn't that be so cool? Now that you have Luka, LeBron, and Reaves, how about we take the guy who's literally averaging like 35 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists or something like that, and trade him? Nonsense, bro. And this is the type of shit we keep talking about.
Always created contact. The issue isn't, is he a good player? He's a very good player, right?
Look at this. 34 points, right? 6 rebounds almost. 10 assists. 38 minutes of gameplay. And what do you think Colin Cowherd thinks we should do with a player like that?
Right. The question is, can you maximize his game with the Lakers? He needs the ball in his hands. You should see his numbers playing with LeBron and without him. He's a different player entirely. C+ to A-. So what do you do with him? He's showing the league Maybe Houston, the Celtics, Miami. No, I can initiate offense. I'll get to the free throw line. I'm physical. I'll work hard on the defensive end, albeit won't be great. Is he too good to...
Wow. There it goes. There it goes. Trade him to the Houston Rockets, guys. Austin Reaves is here, but you know what? The Houston Rockets need a ball handler. Now that Fred VanVleet's hurt, why don't we trade Austin Reaves there? That makes so much sense, right? If you're a Lakers supporter, if you're an organization, right? I am so tired of hearing this nonsense, bro. It's laughable at this point. We all know that they should obviously drop LeBron like a bad freaking habit. He's no longer needed. He's the oldest player on the team. He's 41 about to be. But we keep that guy, right? That guy you should pair up with Luka, maybe even resign him to a 3-year deal. Reaves, you should trade him for a couple of picks, a couple of, good quality role players. DeAndre Ayton ain't that great, you feel me? Trade him for a couple of those and get like 4-5 draft picks and get a haul. Bullshit, bro. And these dudes, even if you were serious, like let's say that Colin Cowherd is super serious in this isn't some media stunt. This isn't a way to promote LeBron. Colin Cowherd is dead serious. If that's the case, he should probably retire. Because this whole talking about basketball, this shit ain't for you, bro. You don't know anything about basketball if that's the case.
Trade? Or is he the perfect trade piece? Again, Luka needs the ball to dominate, and Luka is arguably the second best player in the world, some nights the very best. Maybe.
So LeBron doesn't need the ball to dominate? Is that what you're saying? We should keep Luka, right? Because we already re-signed him. But since he likes to dominate the ball, that means we should get rid of Austin Reaves. And not LeBron?
Austin Reaves is thinking, I want the ball. I want this to continue. So watching him last night, here's what I kept thinking watching Austin Reaves. Are the new owners, this is not the Buss family. The Buss family needed LeBron for 6.5 years. They needed him. He was selling tickets. They were a mess pre-LeBron. Remember? End of the Kobe days? They weren't very good. They were bad all the time. Right? We remember Kobe's last game, 60 points. A lot of forgettable years.
Bro, those years were basically forgettable, for being honest and not just having revisionist history. The Lakers were blackballed, okay? LaMarcus Aldridge basically did that shit. Dwight Howard, the moment he left, the Lakers were doomed. They could have, if they would have re-signed him, they could have turned him into some pieces, maybe had a better rebuild. But the Lakers were blackballed the moment that they didn't get Chris Paul. That's old news, all right? I don't want to keep harping on it, but that's what happened. They got blackballed, and it honestly was, in my opinion, a business decision for the NBA. They needed to promote other teams, okay? Kobe has just torn his Achilles, and even before then, like, they were trying to make it so where the Lakers couldn't get moves, like, with the Chris Paul trade. But they needed to promote the rest of the NBA so that it could be more marketable. We wouldn't know anything about an Oklahoma City Thunder, really, even though they drafted well. We wouldn't know much about a James Harden Houston Rocket, a Damian Lillard Portland Trail Blazers, or basically most of those teams if Kobe would have stayed. Basically, because let's be honest, when would he have really retired? Probably 2020. I would say that's probably when he would have called it a career. He probably would extend his career 4 more years, maybe even 2022. So can you imagine a LeBron James league where Kobe's still there, probably putting up high numbers? Nah, I don't think LeBron is, basically going to get the same outcomes that he already had, which he dropped the ball on dozens of times. But they basically disbanded that entire Laker team. There was just a point where Wesley Johnson and Nick Young were your star duo, and a lot of people forget that. That's absolutely laughable. So in the end, it worked out for the league, and I think the league's way of getting the Lakers back was sending LeBron to the Lakers. That just wound up being a total shit show and a disaster, though. especially the first year, which nobody talks about. LeBron didn't make the playoffs. There's 2 years where LeBron didn't make the playoffs for the Lakers, but we still act like he's the greatest of all time.
Are the new Laker owners who have a lot of money, and it's about the long term, not selling tickets necessarily, thinking to themselves, maybe it's LeBron we don't need. I mean, LeBron.
That's exactly what they're thinking. They were thinking that before Austin Reaves even took off this season. Where have you been? These dudes are so wishy-washy. I literally remember Colin Cowherd reporting this in the summer. The Lakers are done with LeBron. He was moving towards that direction. I actually did, I think, a video on it. There's actually another video I think I did and forgot to release it. I probably should. But it's like 2 months old at this point. I don't even know if y'all want to watch that. Y'all can let me know if y'all want to see that in the comment section. But it's like, this dude Colin Cowherd knows this already. So what do you mean? Are the Lakers ready to move off LeBron? Yes. They wish he wasn't playing now. They built this entire team despite him. I'm talking about this season. You want to know how we know that? Because if they built it for LeBron, they wouldn't have DeAndre Ayton on the team. They would have got some 3-and-D Brook Lopez and tried to patch him off as some type of great player, even though they knew he was washed. Stop it. They probably would have put all their chips in to try to get Miles Turner or something. And traded Reaves. When basically this entire summer, the whole narrative for everybody in the media who's a LeBron Clutch Sports client was to trade Austin Reaves. And then very quickly when LeBron re-signed that deal, they realized, oh crap, not only are they not going to trade Austin Reaves, they're trying to get rid of LeBron. LeBron sat there and said, okay, send me to Dallas or send me to Golden State or send me to Cleveland. You know what happened? The Lakers called. Hey, Dallas, yeah, we got LeBron for you. Click. Oh, okay, Golden State, we got LeBron for you. Click. That's exactly what happened. None of them teams wanted him. That's just what it is. So why are you acting like you don't know this, Colin?
On reportedly in his feels because he hasn't gotten the contract extension. My take is the only two absolutes going forward are Luka and JJ Redick. This is no longer a league of a big three. It's a duo league. But maybe the Lakers are a big three. Luka, JJ Redick, and Austin Reaves. I mean, this is what...
Ding, 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 ding. There it is. That's exactly what it is. I'm honestly capping because I don't think JJ Redick's that great of a coach. He's cool. He's cool. I don't like his personality for one. I don't see what the Lakers like. Do you guys remember that report of LA saying that JJ Redick was what's the name of that? He said a Phil Jackson type of level. No, Pat Riley. JJ Redick was a Pat Riley level coach. All right, guys, who's seen that? Has anybody seen that out of JJ Redick? I haven't. But as far as the Lakers are concerned, I'm pretty sure that's how they're looking at it. JJ Redick, Luka, and Austin Reaves. I don't see how they would be looking at it any other way. It just wouldn't make any sense. And then honestly, now when you look at last season, LeBron kept making jokes about him being next after they traded Anthony Davis. Might have been right. He might have knew something. He might have asked for extension then. And they was telling him, we'll think about it.
Happens. You're given opportunities. Somebody takes a day off work. Somebody's sick. You step in. With no Luka and no LeBron, JJ Redick is leaning on him. He gets the free throw line, always has. Initiates contact, always has. Hitting his shots, usually does. So this is one of those moments. The new owners are looking at this, and my take last night was, God, the kid's first or second in the league. Now, nobody plays defense early in the season, so everybody's numbers are a little glossy. A lot of guys...
I'm kind of like, okay, this is not a Colin thing, but the fact that that's just a known thing in the league, it tells you why so many people hate the NBA nowadays and why so many people will sit here and complain about it. At the end of the day, they still watch, but it's like, How do you just not play defense, bro? It's the beginning of the season, so I don't feel like guarding you. Yet you're supposed to be the greatest of all time. I know he wasn't specifically talking about LeBron, but that's what everybody keeps pushing. This is the greatest we've ever seen the league. It's the greatest thing ever. There's never been a time where basketball was better than right now. Look at all those travels. Look at those double dribbles. Look at those fouls and those flopping. The way they flop is just so beautiful. This shit is a joke sometimes to me, bro.
Shooting 55%, I get it. But it's impossible not to pay attention, right? And these new owners, they're still assessing the situation. They made it very clear. J.J. Redick, and with a contract extension, Luka, they're the future. But it's not a big three league. It's now a duo league. And Austin Reaves.
That's not even true. The Thunder have a big three. What are you talking about? And yeah, it's not a big three like in the sense of 3 top 10 players. But that's not really the sense of most big threes outside of what the fuck LeBron did. LeBron wanted 3 top 10 players. You need 3 high-level all-star / superstar caliber players on your team to make it a big three. That's what the Thunder have. Chet Holmgren is what, 3rd season? And you see the numbers he's putting up? And he didn't even play his 1st season. Broke his leg. And they won a championship, bro. Jalen Williams is growing. Still. It does take that. The problem is the Lakers don't got no big three because LeBron is a big nothing. The big pile of cow shit. That's the problem. If it wasn't LeBron, let me ask you guys this. We swap out LeBron because apparently he's still a top 8 player. So let's just add another top 8 player and let's add someone who fits the mold. And out of all those players, it's got to be Giannis first. I mean, Jokic is like probably still the best or second best player in the league, but you need some defense with this type of team, and you really don't need your third player to be some type of, shootout, lights out scorer. So let's just put a big there, and we put Giannis, right? I can't think of a small forward that's a top 10 player right now because I kind of think they're all old and dying out unless I'm mistaken somewhere at the moment. So let's say you put Giannis right there, right? That's not where does this team end? Same roster, just add Giannis. Take LeBron's contract, swap it for Giannis. Where's this roster? It's easily dominating. Most likely fucking 70 games. Shoot, they might even challenge the Golden State Warriors record. I don't know if the continuity will be there because apparently Luka thigh starts to hurt or whatever that was, and his pinky gets stubbed, and all of a sudden he can't play for a week or two. So there goes 72 games. But it's up there. It's a high winning season. You're going to be conversating about who's the MVP. It's damn sure going to be somebody on the Lakers. And it's going to be the perfect fit. Because now you have a two-way star. So what are you talking about? It is a big three league. It's just not, it doesn't have to be the 1st, 2nd, and 5th best player. But it has to be star level players. 3 of them. For the most part. Because the Thunder have raised the gap. For all of you who are going to bring up, I don't know, the Warriors and the Nuggets and how they won. Because even the Celtics low-key had a big 3 because Kristaps played that part. And then they had Drew Holiday. And then right after the Celtics dominate, you got the Thunder. And y'all can crap on them if you want. That's a big 3. Then you just got the best role players. Alex Caruso. You got so much talent. And then they still got like 20 freaking picks that they ain't used. It is a big three league. The only reason why you can't say that, Colin, is because you know without a shadow of a doubt how the fuck is this team going to win? Currently constructed. Because it's not a big three. That's the answer to that. LeBron does not make a big three. That is not what he does. But take LeBron out and throw in Giannis. Shit, put a healthy AD back on this team. If Giannis is overkill, put a healthy AD back on this team. According to y'all, LeBron is way better than Anthony Davis. That's what y'all been saying for years. So let's just throw AD back on there and he stay healthy. They would be winning a championship. What are you talking about? Ayton next to AD? All those rebounds? Ayton's defense gets in heightened just because he's playing next to Anthony Davis? Anthony Davis locking up like how he played all the help defense. He's already had the continuity and played the help defense for Reaves. Stop it. These dudes just be saying anything to keep this LeBron Clutch Sports narrative alive.
When you compare him to LeBron, is much cheaper, younger, healthier, and let's be honest, less maintenance. Here's J.J. Redick on Austin Reaves last night.
All of that is true. So why are you even having this segment about them trading Reaves?
That guy is going to show up in the big moments. It's not surprised. He's done that many times in his career. He's done that many times since I've been his coach. Feel very comfortable with him making decisions at late game.
And Austin Reaves scored half of his points against Jaden McDaniels, who's a elite defensive player. So it's been very, very impressive, and it's just opportunities. You know, somebody misses work, somebody misses a game, you step in. But if it was the old owners, the Buss family, I don't think this would be as significant. They love Austin Reaves. They've paid him nothing, and he's very productive. But the new owners look at the world differently. When somebody buys a company, they see the world differently. They don't cling to stuff. Usually they don't want old and higher maintenance. They like.
So the new ownership would be clinging to Austin Reaves? You are so back and forth with this segment, bro. The old ownership would cling to old stuff. They would keep Reaves. So the new ownership would get rid of him? Why? He's 27. It's his 5th year in the league. Why are we getting rid of him? Oh my God. Am I missing something? Maybe I'm missing something because this makes no sense whatsoever.
Like young, cheaper, healthier.
Hold on.
They don't cling to stuff. Usually they don't want old and higher maintenance. They like young, cheaper, healthier, coachable. Austin Reaves is a very attractive player to any new ownership group. That's what I saw last night. And J-Mac, I know how much you love Austin Reaves, but it is interesting. As I'm watching it, I'm thinking about the new ownership group, how they view him. And it's like cost, dependability, health, maintenance. I mean, there is something about LeBron. The downside to being an older star athlete is you can suck the oxygen out of a room a little bit, right? Austin Reaves is like, if it wasn't for the headband, you never pick him up. And that there is something to be said about a new coach, a young player. It's fascinating.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I said this to you on air or off, but I look at Austin Reaves next to Luka Doncic, and I'm like, why can't Austin be Kyrie Irving? Kyrie and Luka went to the NBA Finals 2 years ago. And I'm not saying Austin Reaves.
Austin Reaves is fascinating. Not as a trade chip, though, bro. He's fascinating on his team. How do we get the pieces we need to put around him so we can build this team? What the biggest fuck up of its last 5 years, in my opinion, let's say 4 because Bradley Beal is probably number 1. I'm not even going to lie. But giving LeBron a no trade clause, why would you do that at that age? You already gave him his son and JJ Redick. Why did he need to sign whatever contract he wanted and it ended up being a no trade clause? As far as he's concerned about this Kyrie Irving talk, he's not Kyrie Irving, bro. But if you're talking about playing next to Luka, yes, of course he can play next to Luka. Luka likes to play next to guards. You don't have to be Kyrie Irving to play next to Luka because Jalen Brunson played next to Luka. Luka had problems with Kristaps Porzingis. Whether that was injury or just bad fit, he couldn't play next to the big. But Kyrie, Brunson, I'm pretty sure he will adapt to Reaves, and vice versa.
This is Kyrie Irving.
So
but he can be that type of player.
Okay, but you're missing the big.
Kyrie and Luka went to the NBA Finals 2 years ago. And I'm not saying Austin Reaves is Kyrie Irving, but he can be that type of player.
Okay, but you're missing the big part of that. Why did Luka and Kyrie work? Because they had a long, devastating front line. They're both bad. That's not. Oh yeah, that's why.
Well, once you move off LeBron, you bring in bigs, right?
Well, now, again, Luka and Austin Reaves are not Kyrie and Luka with Dallas's front line and size. Yeah. DeAndre Ayton's a bad defensive player. Okay, so it works only.
He's honestly not that bad, bro. He was honestly pretty solid. Is he DPOY? Fuck no. But he's been playing it. He's been holding his own. My thing is, there's a lot of people who just can't play defense. Then there's bad defenders who try but just aren't that good. Then there's like middle of the pack defenders. That's kind of where you would put DeAndre Ayton. He can be a middle of the pack defender, okay? As far as the whole front line part is, yeah, of course. That's why I proposed earlier, swap out LeBron's contract for Giannis or Anthony Davis. Then you have a different conversation. But why don't you bring that up, Colin? Bring that up.
Because of what Dallas can provide in rim protection. Yeah. Having Luka and Austin Reaves is fun. It's not beating the best teams in the West, who mostly all do have rim protection and better wings. Again, it's the first week of the NBA season, the first 2 weeks. Nobody's playing defense. It's a lot of fun.
That may be true, bro. But let me just say this, because I don't want to prolong this. But at the end of the day, you need to basically get rid of LeBron's contract so you can make room to add those players that you're talking about. LeBron is taking up, what is it, like 40% of the salary of the entire cap. I think he's taking like 45% of the salary cap. That is the reason why you don't have the extra talent you're talking about. They really need a 3-and-D wing, like a way better PJ Washington or a 4-year ago Jeremy Grant. That's what the Lakers truly need. Then they do need a better power forward, like a defensive power forward. Daniel Gafford comes to mind, or Luke Lively if you wanted a center. But Ayton, honestly, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
You can't overreact.
Yes.
But I guarantee you, the new owners, just anybody out there that's ever bought a new business or you're part of a new company, you view it differently than how the old people viewed it. And the Buss family, they felt kind of tied at the hip with LeBron, right? Like they had sacrifices. 100%. They brought him in. These new guys are like, hey, we like him. We have no connection to him.
Yeah. I love Austin Reaves. You know, I've been on that bandwagon for a while. Everybody's saying, oh, we could ship him for Giannis. Doesn't seem realistic. Colin, the team I heard last night that is interested in Austin Reaves, keep an eye on the Utah Jazz. Lauri Markkanen is a budding star. He's younger than Reaves. He's a big.
Oh, my gosh. Lauri Markkanen for Austin Reaves. What? This is my point, guys. Why are you guys making a segment where you're talking about how great Austin Reaves is, how old LeBron is, but then at the same time basically saying they should trade Austin Reaves? Why is this even a conversation? This is why you guys aren't GMs, though. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to be up out of here. This is just nonsense. The whole Lauri Markkanen talk makes no sense, man. So you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Would you trade Austin Reaves for Lauri Markkanen? Is he worth a Lauri Markkanen? These dudes are so sad. It's nonsense. Man, I'm up out of here.